United States have nearly tripled. According to the National Center for Health Statistics, our country is one of the top countries who has the largest percentage of childhood obesity. Although most people think that kids will eventually lose their baby fat or grow out of their pudgy stages, childhood obesity is a growing problem here in the United States and oftentimes overlooked. Today, I'm going to enlighten you on childhood obesity, the serious health issues involved, and how to hopefully prevent this disease. First, I'm going to give some background information on what childhood obesity is. The Mayo Hill Clinic definition for childhood obesity is the health condition in which a child is well above its normal weight based on height and age. Having a body mass index above the 95th percentile for age and height is considered obese. According to the CDC, over 12.7 million children are considered obese in the United States. Here I have a map that shows the United States and the regions that have childhood obesity. The southern states down at the bottom are darker, which means that they have a higher percentage of childhood obesity. This higher percentage in the southern states could be due to the fact that southern comfort food like potatoes, fried food, and steak are consumed in large quantities and frequently, whereas in the northern they don't really have as unhealthy a food, and they have places to work out and get their physical activity in for the day. Now that we've learned a little bit about what childhood obesity is, I'm going to tell you the serious health consequences that accompany it. There are many health complications, and for one, the American Heart Association states that there are physical, social, and emotional consequences and complications that arise from childhood obesity. Physical complications can include type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol and blood pressure levels, and fatty liver disease. Having a high cholesterol level and blood pressure level can also cause cardiovascular diseases like heart attack and can eventually lead to death. In this picture here, you see on y'all's right, or on y'all's left, a chubbier girl running, and then on this other side, you see a slender type person. On the child who is heavier than the girl running, you can tell that she has more fat around her stomach, which means that it can affect their organs more, therefore causing like blood flow to stop and other complications as well. Not only are there physical complications, but also social and emotional, like low self-esteem because their peers are making fun of them because they're heavier than them, a negative body image because they're listening to their peers saying that they're different and that they're too big to play on the playground with them. And both of these can cause depression, and also to help beat the depression, kids normally tend to go to like comfort foods to make them feel better, which doesn't help the cause of childhood obesity. So now that we've learned the health complications, let's try to think of some ways that we can prevent it. There's been health guidelines and regulations that have been posted. The USDA and the HHS publish the dietary guidelines for Americans every 5 years. These dietary guidelines focus on healthy eating habits, ways to incorporate healthier meals and maintaining a body weight that's healthy, and also physical activity. Here, there's also a federal website called myplate.org or .gov, and this is like the icon that pops up for everything, and it's the basis of what every meal should look like. And it has an emphasis on vegetables, grains, fruits, and proteins. Where most parents think that restricting their kids' foods will help them lose their weight, that's not good at all. Like, restricting food can stunt their growth. So what you should do is just monitor what they're eating and encourage physical activity. I know today we've learned a lot about childhood obesity and the major complications and health issues. I hope you all learned a lot, and I'm proud to say that even though rates overall have not declined, but in the age groups of 2 to 5-year-olds, the percentage has dropped 6% in the last 9 years. I hope that y'all learned a lot today. Thank you for your time. Are there any questions? Yes.
What exactly is the difference between being fat and being obese?
Being fat means having a body mass index between 25 to 30, whereas being obese is being above a 30 body mass index.
How many calories should you consume in a day?
The daily caloric intake for the average American is about 2,000, but depending on how active you are, it can be more, and depending on, well, it shouldn't be below 2,000.
How do you calculate BMI?
BMI, your body mass index, is your height divided by 2.2, that divided by your height times centimeters squared. A lot of complications, but if you have a calculator, you just plug it in. Yes.
How much should you exercise a day? I heard a lot of different things about, this many minutes or that many hours, whatever. How many, either per day or per week?
People should hopefully try to exercise at least 20 to 30 minutes a day, 5 to 6 times a week, but depending on like the intensity of your workout, you can either lengthen the time of workout or lessen it depending on how intense you work out. Thank you.